Vision is not enough. That's what I want to share with you in this video. I've been doing a lot of videos on vision lately. That's because I'm currently writing a book titled Start with Vision, and it's inspired some of these videos. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Kenny Otesile. So let's get into the video. Now, vision is not enough, and this is very powerful. Vision is not enough. And why is that? You have to add other things to your vision. I did a video on the Wright brothers once, the inventors of the airplane, and I did a research on them. I'd learned of them years before, and I studied some things, learned some things about those guys, and I realized that people sometimes think, oh, you just set out a vision alone, you just set out a passion alone, but it doesn't work that way. No, it doesn't. There are other things that need to be added to your vision if you want to succeed with your vision. I know I learned some of these things I'm about to share with you some years ago, and I've lived by them. I've applied them in my life, in my work, and I want to share the same with you today. So, first, your vision needs knowledge in addition. Let me take the Wright brothers as an example. Those guys, some stories talk about how their father bought a toy for them, a toy helicopter, and it inspired the idea of creating a machine that can fly, powered to invent powered flight that humans can pilot, and there came the airplane. But you see, in my research, I realized that even though those guys did not go beyond high school, they didn't go to college. Interesting. They were not scientists by title, but they were scientists in practice. Those guys gave themselves to learning. They read avidly. They were avid readers. They read research papers, scientific research, mechanical research, and they studied as if they were undergraduates, and perhaps even more than undergraduates do. And they were able to apply the things they learned into their work. The point is, they added knowledge to their vision. Your vision needs knowledge. Vision shows you the destination. Knowledge shows you how things are done at the moment in your field. You need knowledge of history, those who have gone before. You need knowledge of how those who are in the present are doing things. You need professional knowledge of your field, how to get things done. The Wright brothers, that we're considering, those guys, even though they didn't go to college, they learned about gravity, they learned about, aerodynamics, right? So even though they didn't receive formal training in science and scientific principles, they applied scientific processes into building the airplane. So your vision definitely needs knowledge to thrive, and it doesn't stop, it doesn't end at knowledge. Beyond knowledge, your vision needs wisdom. Like I said, vision will show you the destination. Wisdom will give you the direction. Wisdom will take you to your destination. And the wisdom I'm talking about, I'm not talking about just some philosophical stuff about life, but I'm talking about practical wisdom. There are different kinds of wisdom. There is the wisdom of, wisdom, the kind of wisdom that tells you what to do, how to live, don't do this, don't do that. It's like more of like doctrine. But beyond that, there's the kind of wisdom that is practical in its sense. It is that wisdom that informs you of how to, go about what you need to do, and it tells you what next to do. One of the definitions of wisdom is the knowledge and the understanding of what next to do. Yeah, what next to do. So you might have seen how others did their work in the past or are doing it in the present, and there is an insight that just informs you on how to do it better and to get better results. That's wisdom. That's one of the definitions of wisdom. Wisdom will help you in your dealings with people, because you definitely need people. And in fact, that's the next thing I'm going to talk about. You need people. Your vision needs people. You can't do it alone. No, you can't. You can't do it alone. In one of the videos I recorded, I said that it is arrogance to think you can thrive alone. It is arrogance to think you don't need people, you don't need anyone, you don't need anyone's help or support. No, life isn't designed that way. Life is designed in such a way that we all have to depend on one another, because there is no universal man. There is no man with all knowledge. There is no man with all wisdom. We learn every day. We grow every day. There is something someone else knows that you don't know. You can't know everything. So you're better off when you have people in your team that know what you don't know. You're better off when you have people who have skills you don't have. And skill is basically the combination of knowledge and wisdom. So when you have professional knowledge on how things are done, you have theoretical knowledge, and you have wisdom on how to apply the knowledge, then you have a skill. So when you have people who are skilled in areas you're not skilled in your team, you're better off for it, because you can't know everything. You can be skilled in everything. You can do everything. Um, well, it depends, anyways, because for some people, they are not seeking to do so much with their lives. They just want to do only what they can achieve on their own. So it depends on the scale of your vision, really, and it's really shows how large your vision is. Where we see if you're willing to allow people to join you, or you're willing to bring people on board. That shows how large your vision is, because when your vision becomes larger and larger and larger, you realize you can't achieve it on your own. You can do it on your own. And I want to tell you this: be courageous with your vision. Go for it. Don't back out, regardless of how difficult things might seem. You need courage. Your vision needs courage. You need courage to step in. You need courage to get started, to do the work. You need courage to do the things you need to do. So be courageous, be courageous. And I also want to say this on the aspect of courage and taking action, doing what you need to do. You need to learn to act fast and act now. Don't just act fast, but act now and act fast, because sometimes we wonder, is this the right time to get started on my vision? The answer is yes. There is no better time to get started on your vision than before now, of course, but the next best time to start on your vision is now, because your vision does not have an appointed time of starting. Your vision has an appointed time of manifestation. Don't wait till when your vision should manifest to the world, should be seen publicly by the world to get started. No, that is when what you've been doing in privacy, in hiding, should be revealed publicly, generally to the world. So now is the time to start working on your vision. And it doesn't mean you have to start implementing things now. For some people, it may be that you have to start learning from now. For some people, it may be you need to start speaking with people, trying to gather people to join you, to be part of what you're doing. But now is the time to get started. So act now and act fast. And I would say this in addition to that: be diligent. Be diligent. Diligence really is not just about taking action and acting now. Diligence is about consistency. My mentor taught me that diligence is the combination of decision, a date, and discipline. So you decide what you want to do, you set a date to it, a deadline, and you commit yourself to doing it. And when you do that consistently, then that's diligence. So if you act now, if you act fast, but you're not consistent with it, you are not diligent. You are not diligent. Now, let me also share this: the money advantage. Your vision needs money. Yeah, you don't need money to get started, right? You don't need money to start learning, to start speaking with people. You don't need money to do some things, but on the long run, you would be better if you have some, funds, more money than you do, because money is an advantage. But don't wait till you have all the money you think you need before you get started, because all you think you need to get started is not actually all you need. All you have at the moment is all you need to get started. with what you have, you can move from where you are to where you need to be. Yes, with what you have, you can move from where you are or what you have to what you need to have. So if you need money, there is something you have that can bring the money to you. For some people, it may be a relationship. For some people, it may be a knowledge they can share in exchange for money, for pay. For some people, it's an investor, different things that can give you the money you need to have. So everything you need is actually inside of you. So you have all that you need to get started. I know it sounds philosophical in a way, but it's the truth. What you need is inside of you. I don't like to sound esoteric, but I've found this to be true. It's very true. You need money for your vision to scale your vision. So you may not need money to start, but you need money to scale your vision. And lastly, I want to talk about the faith advantage. I'm a person of faith, and I believe that there are some levels of success you cannot attain without the influence of a spirit. You see, those who are on top, they know this. The rich, the wealthy in the world, they know this. The influential people in the world, they know this. The world is life is different from what we think it is actually. It's not often revealed, but it's a truth. It's the truth. The faith advantage. So I believe in God. If you have faith in God, I believe it's gonna work for you. It's gonna be better. There are a lot of things that have been made easier for me because of my faith. So I believe faith is also an advantage. Just as money is an advantage, people are an advantage. The knowledge you have, the wisdom you have, those things are advantages. The strength you have to work is an advantage. Faith is also an advantage. So vision is not enough. You need to go beyond the realm or the level of vision alone. You need to begin to um, add other things to yourself. So for you, the practical thing you need to do now is, look within. What do you need to scale your vision, or what do you need to begin working on your vision? Do you need knowledge? Get the knowledge into you. Do you need wisdom? Explore, do research, learn, try to learn from different sources, gain wisdom, and you'll be better off for it. Do you need people? Speak to different people. Before you speak to anyone, there are things to consider, before you add anyone to your team. For anyone you want to add to your team at all, you need to consider chemistry, competence, you need to consider character. So you need to consider capacity. You need to consider these things before you add anyone to your team. Otherwise, you may find yourself dealing with people that prove difficult to manage. So I said also that you need money. Money is an advantage. Faith is also an advantage. So add these things to your vision and you will be better off for them. So see you in another video. My name is Kenny Otesile again. Bye.